Alrighty, hey guys. So today we're going to be going over this deck. Another war deck, even though hang on, I haven't really done the other deck that I was going to do before this. War had good things, but we're going to go over this deck first because I've been playing it tons, and it's been one of my favorite decks. I actually played it in paper a while back in a couple tournaments, and it did me really well. But the only thing I have really added to it since then is Hakdos. And if you haven't seen this card in action yet, it's really a neat card that came out in Theros. So it's a double white, double red for a 6/1 legendary human. He attacks each combat of Fable, and when he enters the battlefield, you choose 2, 3, or 4 at random, and he has protection from each CMC other than the chosen number. So he's really hard to remove. Um, and most creatures that most scenarios that you're going to see, he's not going to be removable for the opponent. So it's really nice to finish up the game, get that last 6 damage in there. What are the odds that they're going to have exactly what they need to block it every single time? Other than that, it's a feather deck. You haven't seen feather before. It's a double white and a red for a 3/4 flyer. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature you control, exile that card instead of putting it to your graveyard as it resolves. If you do, then return it to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. So you're going to target it with things like Defiant Strike, God's Willing, Colossus, Domri's Ambush, Threat, or Thrash, sorry, um, and then get the value off of that, and then get the card right back. So it's just a pure value engine for the deck. It's really removable, so we're playing 4. Everyone wants to target it. Uh, Coil takes it out. I don't know if there's too much other than destroy effects, but Storm's Wrath does kill it as well. So we're playing the full playset because it's that important to us. Other than that, we're playing Spellbreaker as the next creature, so it's a 3 drop for 3, 3 for 3. It's got Riot. Usually we're putting it in with haste instead of the +1/+1 counter. But if we are against mono red, we're probably in a situation where we're going to be putting the +1/+1 counter, not haste. But there are games, most games, we are giving it haste to get that aggression going. Other than that, it has hexproof and gives you hexproof on your turn. So um, it's got some ways to get around removal, especially on the turn that you first play it. And that's exactly what you want for cards that you're going to be when you're going to be targeting it with Colossus or Ambush or Thrash. You don't want to target your Spellbreaker and then have your opponent remove it in response. Then we're playing 10th Legionnaire, or Legionnaire, District Legionnaire. English is hard. So it's got Goblin Guide stats, 2/2 with haste, but it's a 2 drop, and then whenever you cast a spell that targets it, you put a +1/+1 counter on it and scry 1. So this is really one of the best cards in the deck, in my opinion. It works really well with Feather because you go turn 2 Legionnaire and then turn 3 Feather, and then you just start casting a whole bunch of stuff. This thing gets huge, and then Feather just keeps on returning those cards back to your hand. The Scries let you fix your draws, and then it just becomes a massive threat every time you target it. And then we have Thrash and Ambush as creature/planeswalker removal, because both these pretty much do the exact same thing. But Thrash is at instant speed and doesn't put a +1/+1 counter. Domri's Ambush is at sorcery speed with a +1/+1 counter. They both pretty much do the same thing, but I found that you can't you want both of these 100%. You want all 4 of both of these. I really like that Thrash just become a threat later on. You can cast Threat for 4, get a 4/4 with Trample if you don't have any other creature, and you've got a handful of all these targeting spells. You want to be able to have a creature to get in there with. Then we're playing Collision Colossus. We're mostly playing this for the Colossus half. The 2 mana, instant speed, give a creature +4/+2 and it gains trample till end of turn. But then you got the Collision half. 2 mana, instant speed, deals 6 damage to a creature with flying. It can kill Dream Trawler if their hand's empty. They can't give it hexproof. But we are playing this mostly for the Colossus half. And then we'll go over these two right before we get to Arcanist. We got Defiant Strike and God's Willing. God's Willing is definitely one of the best cards to ever have in this deck. I was really hoping that with Theros we could have got something like it, but having 4 copies of this is insane. Because you can just target your feather, give it protection from whatever they're trying to kill it with, and then God's Willing just comes right back to your hand. And it doesn't matter if you're targeting feather, as long as you have a feather out, you can target whatever you want with it, whatever they're trying to kill. And then plus it's got that Scry 1 on it, which lets you fix your next draw as well. Same with Defiant Strike. I was playing Giant Growth in this spot until I just found that you want the draw card to keep your hand full, to keep the game going. You are an aggro. This is essentially an aggro deck, so you need ways to keep the burn on, and being able to target something with a feather out, draw your card, then return Defiant Strike back to your hand, cast it again to draw another card. It's such a good value engine with that. Giant Growth just doesn't do the same thing. And then last card we got Dreadhorde Arcanist. So it's a 2 mana 1/3 with trample. And whenever it attacks, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with CMC less than or equal to its power from your graveyard without paying its mana cost, and then it would get exiled after it's cast there. So the thing with Arcanist is that it doesn't work well with Feather if they're both on the battlefield at the same time, because when you're going to cast something to target anything with Feather out, like if you cast it from your hand, Feather is going to exile it and then return it to your hand, so Arcanist is never going to be able to see it resolve, or he's never going to be able to target it from the graveyard. But as long as you have one of these creatures out, you're doing really well, because this is such a strong card in itself. It's basically like copies 5 to 8 of Feather. Being able to play Arcanist and then Colossus on it, attack Colossus on it again, you're attacking him for 9 at that point with 2-drop with Trample. It's pretty sweet. And then you can cast back your removal spells. I really like Arcanist, but I've seen people probably cut it from the deck. I wouldn't. I think this card's insane. And then on to the lands here. We're playing 22. We got 18 creatures and 28 instants and sorceries, 22 lands. We're heavy on the red, going towards white and then green on last. But I went 12 shocks and 3 temples. You really want your colors in this deck. This deck's really harsh on your colored mana costs, but with that, the temples do suck sometimes because you want them untapped. You want your land drops untapped. But I needed to play as many duels as possible into here, and then I snuck a couple Fabled Passages in with these basics. You most likely have your pick of which one you want when you play your Fabled Passage, but I could see an argument against just cutting these temples or just going straight for temples. But I decided to do a little bit of a mix here. I found that you really want the duels to be able to cast anything in this deck. You're going to end up with 2 lands in your starting hands, and you want every single color off of those 2 lands, and that's hard to do. So with that, let's just jump right into it. And the thing with this deck, and the reason I've been playing it a lot lately, is it plays like an aggro deck that also decimates aggro decks. Siege Orient. Yeah, see, 2 lands, no white. But we also have no white in our starting hand, so I'm going to keep it. Hopefully with this abandon we can find another land. Ooh. You never really want to say no to a God's will, but I'm going to have to. So we'll probably go turn to Arcanist, where it gets the blue deck. We'll sneak this in there while we can. And no, we won't. Opponent says absolutely not. Alright, and we're going to draw a God's Willing anyway. We're just going to replay this. See what he'll do. Another end summon. Just going to crack the Fabled Passage. Okay, blue-red. Is it? What is it? Another unsummon. Jesus Christ. The tempo off of you. Try it again. We don't have another land, so there's no point in trying anything else. Brazen Boar, but he's just going to cast it. Okay. It's better than you returning it to my hand. I'll take that for you. Oh, there we go. Nice one. Well, I think what we're gonna do is go untapped just to have this God's Willing on call, and then we're gonna ambush on this Brazen Boar. He's gonna say no, and that's fine. Good Scat's gonna put it in the grave. We're gonna be able to cast that again later with Arcanist, but we'll get in for one. Won't be able to target this because its CMC is 2 and its power is 1. It's playing Badlands, sure. I'll take 3. And he's passing right back. Okay. You know what? Well, I'm gonna Colossus on him. No counter, thank goodness. Alright, well, we'll go to attacks. I'm gonna grab this ambush and take out the boil. Get it for 6. And the turn. Would have liked to Defiant Strike if we found another land, but gotta hold up this God's Willing just for reasons like that. He is our only threat right now, besides Grill Spellbreaker, but I don't want to tap out for him next turn, and he'll just concede to a God's Willing. Yeah, because next turn I would have been able to attack in, Colossus on him again, get in for a big amount of damage. I'm really kind of curious on what he was playing there, but it just looked like, is it control? Get into the next game. Lens. Nighthawk. Alright. Let's check out our starting hand here. If it'll load anytime soon. It's been really weird today. I don't know if it's my internet or what. There we go. Whoa! So we got double white for this feather with a red. We got. Oh man, this hand's bonkers. This is exactly what you want with the starting hand. Let's see what our opponent's on. Mono red, for what it looks like. Let's go for a Temple Garden tap and pass it. Ooh, does look like mono red. Go for Sacred Foundry and Champions District. And since he's got nothing on the field, I'm probably just gonna attack in. Let's see if he's got a shock kicking around. Or Scorching Fire. The 2-drop. No, Bone Crusher. The other 2-drop. He's gonna go drop the Bone Crusher? Yeah. Fair enough. It's a good play. With that, we're gonna go for Feather. Off to. What's he gonna be doing? Or Slaying Fire, that's no bueno. Oh, that really screwed us over. Okay, down to 14, and we just top deck another card. Sweet. Fabled Passage. Um, do we need lands? I don't think we need lands. And then we'll throw out this feather since we don't have a God's Willing to hold up for it anyway. If we had one, then I might wait till next turn, but we don't have enough white for it anyway. We need to do 3 white. Fatal Passage for Mountain. Attack in. No blocks, buddy. Down to 10. Got anything for your second main? Thank you. Oh my god, we found it. Oh my god, yes, this is the best. Woo-wee. Alright, let's tap these, and we'll go Domri's Ambush, and take that out. I'll take 2 for it, but I'd rather him just not have the Bone Crusher. And get in for 4. And at the end step, we're going to get that ambush right back to our hand. So we're going to leave up Thrash, and we'll leave up God's Willing for his turn. So if he plays something, we can kill it with Thrash, or if he tries to... Ooh, what the heck is Risk Factor? You can draw your cards, I believe. Yeah, you can have 4 cards. 3 cards, sorry. 4 cards would be ridiculous. Good. What you got? It's gonna go right to passing. I think in that case I might just Defiant Strike to draw a card. Yeah. The extra damage doesn't matter too much to me, it's just a cantrip at this point. That's completely fine. Then I'll go to my turn. Dreadhorde Arcanist, eh? Well, we'll go to attacks. Declare Feather. No blocks? Okay. So then we'll Colossus on Feather. Take it in for 8. And leaving up God's Willing and Thrash again for his turn. We'll get our Defiant Strike and our Colossus back. Risk Factor again. With how many cards? 5 cards in hand? Yeah, he's got this one here, so on his turn he's just going to be able to do it anyway. I'm not going to take 4 damage. I have a mitt full of cards there, bud. Holy... Oh, he's jump starting one of them. Okay. Shock me. Sure. Got 3 more shocks kicking in hand. Right up the stage. Yeah. Perforos Intervention. Nice. I really like that card, actually. The fact that it deals twice X to creatures and planeswalkers is sweet. Yep, Fatal Passage away. He's really thinking hard on what he's trying to do here. I hit the stage again? Yeah, all the card advantage. All the red card advantage of Torbrand, hey? Oh, this is the deck for Torbrand, man. Kind of a little slow for Torbrand. We figured this would be like that ritual card. No. X equals 3, so then it would deal 6 to him? Nope, that's God's going right there, man. Red, get rid of his Temple Garden. And he concedes. Good game. Yeah, because we would have attacked him Colossus next turn for 8 right to his face. And we would have got our God's Going back, so if he, even if he tried to do anything, we would have been giving it protection. Yeah, I would have figured that deck would have been like the Iron Crag Feat, the 4 mana, get 7 red, and then you can only cast 1 spell for the rest of the turn. You just like pump out a Draki set with that, a big dragon. But I guess he was going for a Torbrand plan. This doesn't look like the best, but we have our colors. And we've got some scries and draw cards here. I think we'll keep it. Hopefully we can hit a land off this scry. Hobbs, right on. Oh, he mulligan. Haha. We're already winning. Card advantage. Blue black. Oh, sweet, we found a land. Dombley's Ambush. Well, blue black. I'm gonna have white, red. I'm gonna need either another white or red source to cast this Hakdos. I'm gonna need a couple of turns. You know what? We'll keep this ambush, sure. Because I'm still gonna be going for this this Gruul Spellbreaker a couple turns. Whoa, 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 whoa! Protean to Metal Deluge. I'll go with that. You know, 1/1 Constellation. Whenever an enchantment summons a battlefield under control, you may have it copy another target creature, except it has that Constellation ability. Okay, so an enchantment enters and copies a creature. Let's go for this, and I'll pass. Block filling into Hippocamp. Bring them to 2/2. Whenever you cast a first spell during an opponent's turn, draw a card. Okay, so whenever you counter something, you mean. So he's going to copy the Hippocamp. Now it's got 2. Okay, okay. I'd like to find another land for Hakdos, so I just want to draw a card. Thrash. Okay, cool. Oh, wait, that was the wrong one. Oh my god. Well, we're gonna oops. I feel like such a plan. Alright, well, plus 1 will pass. Meant to do the one with Summoning Sickness, obviously, but I'm just an idiot. I'm gonna pass, leave up a counterspell. Yep. Cool. Alright, well, I'll go 10th Legion. No counterspell. And we're gonna go for a Pax. Block with the original one, yeah. And then I'm going to Defiant Strike on this Legionary. So you get the 1/1 counter and I get to scry 1. It's going to give that Death Touch to end of turn, and he's going to draw 2. I will take that. That means I get to cast Hakdos next turn. And there goes one of my guys. Play that. What the heck is this deck? Blade Brand. Death Touch draw card. This is a Grixis second draw. Okay. Well, I really don't like the look of that Iron Crag Pyromancer. So I think what I might do is I might just clear his board with Thrash and Dombri's Ambush. So I'm going to go Dombri's Ambush. I think that's the best call here. We're going to take this out first. I don't need a Spellbreaker, I don't think. Looking for a Feather or a... And then we're going to get rid of your Iron Crag so that you don't bolt me. And get in for 6. Next Next turn we'll be able to drop a Hakdos. Would have been nice to leave up a God's Willing, but I really didn't want him to have any of that. Because now he has to spend 3 mana on this. Yeah, it doesn't look good for him. And we found exactly what I wanted. So we'll go... Doesn't have pace. So I'll attack first. Just gonna sacrificial block, yeah. And then Hakdos, leaving up the God's Willing. And it's got protection from everything but 3. Other than 3, yeah. He's thinking. Hey, think away. Nice. Nice. Think away, man. You use your brain, Jace. You use your brain. Gonna have to think for a while on how to do this one. Yep. Bolt. Whatever you would like. That, yeah, sure. Wait, what? Why did it deal so... Oh, because it has Death Touch. Brilliant. Kiora. Not the deck for Kiora, my friend. Even though I really like Kiora.
You're making me crabby.
Yeah.
Nature flows with vigor.
Yeah, definitely. Sure. Well, let's just, get in. Play this. That'll pass. Man, I didn't think about that. I should have God's Willing it. It had Death Touch. That was brutal. Discard something. That'll be this Hakdos. Draw a card. Actually, that's not bad. I don't know why people don't play Kiora with Uro more. I can't target it with God's Willing, so I have to let the Hakdos die. Hopefully I can find a Gruul Spellbreaker. That one that I spread to the bottom, that sucks. I wish I kept that one.
Leave one drop, ripples and grows.
That's not what I want to find. Off to you. This is a very interesting deck. Third Hippocamp, or sorry, second Hippocamp. Profane guys throwing me off. Omen of the Sea? Yep. Oldie? Absolutely.
Time to clam up.
Sure.
I love to make a splash.
I'm gonna be giving this. I'm not gonna do the same thing as last time. I just want to draw a card. Oh my gosh, really? Play 22 for a reason. No! Not what we wanted. We are shocks down, like, shocks damage away. Oh, this is brutal. I really wish I was smart enough to know what that touch does. I didn't realize that it deals the damage. But it does. Guess I should just read cards more, right? What the frick is this? Alright, man, I was with you up until this point. But I don't think you play that.
Hands off! The ocean surges, life thrives.
4 mana open. Can you get in for 2? Absolutely, my dude. Down 6. I really hope. Find Spellbreaker. Well, sometimes you just top deck like shit, right? Better be lucky than good. Or if you're just like unlucky and suck and forget what Death Touch does, then you die. So. Reading cards. Reading cards. Helps. Hey, T-Bone. Alright, this is a sweet hand. All the colors in the world with an Arcanist and a Legionnaire. Woohoo. Downright keepable. What are you on, Chandra? T-Bone. White black. Life gain, most likely. To the box. Good to see you. Good to see you. Me as well. Me as well. White black. Ooh, aristocrats. Nice. Alright, we're gonna go Legionnaire. Get in there. Good to make a block. I wouldn't mind if you made it. Okay, alright. You had to think about it though. Second for one, give her. Now what else you got? Now what else? Idyllic tutor for what? Pray tell. Vanishing light. Well, feather's uncastable, so that sucks. But we could give him a choice with Arcanist, so now he has to choose what he wants to get rid of. No, I think we're just going to go Spellbreaker and keep the pressure on. Now he also has to choose. There's nothing in the graveyard that we want to use Arcanist with yet. Tesa. Tesa. Oh shit. Not a white source. Garbo. Oh. We should probably kill that Tesa. If we can. Yeah, we can. Okay. Let's ambush. Tesa. Ooh, we do want that. We do want that. To cast our feather. You know what? No, we have Arcanist. We'll be able to recast things with Arcanist. We don't have to worry about, yeah, you get some trees. Go to attacks. Make no block. Could Defiant Strike, or I could Arcanist on. I think I'm just gonna Arcanist on second main. Now we have a blocker for a Celebrant as well. So we can't get that chip damage. Alrighty. Whoa, Stratty. Whoa, Stratty. Such a gross looking art. Alright, So now we're gonna go Spellbreaker. Get double Hexes. Defiant Strike this Arcanist. And he's gonna concede. Yeah, because then we were gonna recast Domri's Ambush, take out his Woe Strider, and get in there. Or we could have taken on his Celebrant. I don't know which he was more afraid of, but apparently he was afraid of both. That was enough for him to concede. I think we're at a 2-1 at this point, so let's go for one more and see what happens. In Freyson. Oh, nope, only one color. Can't do it. Can't commit. Sorry, hand, you're just not good enough. It's not me, it's you. Hey, there's the token. Thank you. Much better. Which do I want to keep? I think the Arcanist is what I'd like to keep. Sure. So long. Feather? Yeah. Yeah. Keep our castable cards, right? Maybe I should have put Spellbreaker on the bottom in the place. Ooh, cool. Hey. Could have suspected that. Yeah, no thank you. Could have suspected that one. A gorgeous chicken lady. Oh shit, it's Teamer. Teamer Adventures. P2 and Arcanus. Play the Beast? Yep. Well, I have ideas to kill this Lovestruck Beast where we could Colossus on it to make it a 5/5 Domri's Ambush it to 6/6 and then kill the beast and attack in. But am I just wasting too much time at that point? Could just Domri's Ambush now. Keep his board a little clear. I don't think killing this is what I want to be doing. So let's just pass it up. I'm even curious on what the hell we're doing. We could have even played this on tap and just played a Spellbreaker on 4. Probably would have been fine as well. He's going to attack him with the Beast. Yeah, I'll take my beats. Don't want to trade this Arcanist. We got rid of that feather in hopes that this Arcanist would be it. Yeah. Beanstalk down away. At least he doesn't have like a Lucky Clover out right now. But he's got an... Why wouldn't you do that? Oh no, you didn't cast this. Okay, never mind. We're gonna ambush, kill the Innkeeper, so I really don't like him having said Innkeeper. And then we might as well just get rid of this 1/1 so his Lovestruck Beast can't do stuff. Thank you for the nice. I appreciate that. I'll get in for 3 because he ain't blocking with that. Shock down to 13. Escape to the Wilds, nice. Oh no, I don't like the look of 2 Brazen Borrowers. He's gonna Brazen Incinerate right to my hands. I mean, I would. Yep. Not impressed, but, you know. Okay, so let's play play this untapped. We'll play both our Arcanists, just so he can't borrow them both to our hands, right? We're gonna have one by next turn. No matter what. Probably not even gonna touch his head. Because he's got so many cards, but yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. Whoa, look at you. Play land for turn? Shock. Play the Innkeeper. Yep. Just played 2 on it. Oh, now you played 2 on it. Alright. Scry 1 to the top. Attack with the beast because you now have an Innkeeper. Yep, okay. Down to 4. Eesh. Well. Could Colossus ambush. Oh, we can just win. So we go Colossus on Arcanist. Ambush. Let's do this thing. And then attack Colossus. Good game. Now it's got the 1/1 counter to get over even if he blocks. Woo! Trample. Nice. That was a sweet game. Got to really see Arcanist work there. Alright, well it was a 3-1 game, so I'll probably end it there. We're already at the 40-minute mark. But go over the deck really briefly again, just to kind of show you. I added in the Hakdos not too long ago. Didn't really get to see it do anything because I screwed up that game, but you know, it definitely works really well to chip in some that, like you saw how he was sitting at 9 there for a little bit, or that game that our opponent was sitting at 2. If we just had a Hakdos that could attack, it was getting in there for sure. You can also just give it trample with Colossus, and if it doesn't have protection from 2, it's hard to use your castables on it because it usually has protection from stuff, but it's a neat card. It just does things on its own where the rest of this deck just synergizes together. But yeah, I really enjoy this deck. Alright guys, have a good one. Peace.